Hello everyone, it's Creepy and Tina.
Hello.
Welcome to the channel. Hope everybody just having a fantastic day and that you are in the best of health.
Yes, with health as always being most important. Importante.
So today we're talking about immigration.
Yes, overstay fees.
And everybody want to know about that because that's a basic question we always get from our subscribers far and wide that's thinking about coming out here.
Right.
The overstay fees. Whether you come out here to live or whether you come out here just to stay in the Airbnb for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yes. So with that, always know that you get the first 30 days free and clear. There used to be a pass or whatever that you would apply for, and then you could reapply and reapply. That is no longer the standard. It's not how it operates. Ever since we've been here, when we've been here almost 2 years, they had already done away with that before we got here. So obviously with the stamp on your passport, from that day you get 30 days. And now it's time for you to leave. Let's say you were here because you're relocating, and we do get a lot of those people, actually, subscribers, that come out here and they stay for like, say, 2 months, 3 months, even longer because they're establishing their residency. They're looking for places, to get their bank account set up, their phone, everything, before they go back and finish up whatever they have to do in the U.S. When you're out here and you go back, what do? Well, here it is. Here it be. This is how it is. So first of all, you always have to remember that the peso varies. Right now it is
58, I believe last time I looked at it.
All right, there you go, to every $1 American dollar. So we right now at 58.58. So I'm doing the prices at 58 pesos to $1 American dollar is going to give you some of the fees and how it works. Now the government right now, because we've been in a state of emergency for over 133 days, has decided to help kind of the tourists by offering a discount as long as we stay in state of emergency. So a lot of you guys, I know you're like, oh my God, you're in state of emergency, that's so horrible. Actually, it kind of works to your advantage because as long as we stay in a state of emergency and say you're here and you were stuck, not really, but stuck in the DR, and say it was like 3 to 6 months, you started at 3, then all of a sudden the borders were closed, then it went on to 6, which we did have a subscriber that happened to when the U.S. closed their borders. Right. We've had it happen with other subscribers in other countries who have closed their borders and they can't really get back to. They've stayed here, now they're going on 6 to 9 months. They're given that 133, which now he just extended in another 45 days, right, and it was approved. So now it is extended to 178 days, meaning you will get 178 days of the time over 30 days what you were originally given back as a credit, so you don't have to pay it. So what does that mean? That means if you've been here now, we'll use us for an example. We've been here, what, a year?
A year and some change.
Since we left?
Since we left.
All right, let's go with the even year. We would receive, because they go in brackets, so I always say go to migracion.do.com, I believe it is. Let me verify.
So, yeah, because this is something that's good for you guys to know, and you need to know this so you know exactly what you have to come out of your pocket with.
Yeah. So if you go to Migracion, I'll have the website underneath, .gob.do. It will have the charts that will tell you 1 to 3 months is this amount, 3 to 6 months is this amount, 6 to 9 or whatever is this amount, a year is this, 2 years is this. It tells you, it breaks it down so that you'll know exactly how much you have to pay when you get to however you're going to exit the country, whether it be by boat or it be by plane. 9 times out of 10 it's plane. Absolutely. But we did exit through boat when we took the ferries del Caribe, right, from Santo Domingo to go to Puerto Rico. So you take that. So for us, we were, I think it was like, let me try to see the listing of when we went. We stayed 5 months. So we were within the 6 month period, and we paid $69 per person, right, to exit out of the country. So $69 for him, $69 for me, because we overstayed 6 months. But had now we stay a year, we get that 174 days. We're going to get that discounted off. So it's honestly going to be like we're back to staying this 3 to 6 months. So we will only have to pay that $69 instead of paying what we would have had to do had it been a year, and that would have been, I think it's like almost 100. So it's a good discount. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I'll take it too.
Anything's a discount.
I will take it.
So when you go to check out, I might as well say, of the country, meaning you're at the airport, you're getting ready to get on your plane, you know you have to go up, you have to get your boarding pass, all that stuff at the counter. Then you know you have to go through security and through immigration,
right.
And that is where they will stop you, look at your passport, take you aside, and you will pay your fees. You can pay with debit, you can pay with credit card, and you can pay with a good old dinero, meaning good old Dominican pesos.
Yeah,
so those are the ways to pay.
And it's good to have some of those pesos on you anyway, period. Whether you're going out or coming into the country, so you'll be a little bit step ahead of the game until you actually get to a bank and get your American dollars transferred over to the Dominican peso.
Yeah. And we always think that every country, being from the U.S., has the same stance as the U.S. has with immigration. Meaning you think since the U.S. literally, I think, spits on foreigners and immigrants, that you think you're going to be treated like that when you come to this country. And a lot of people are fearful of staying over that 30 days because they think that it's going to be the same thing. Oh my God, they're going to come to my house like ICE does and bust my door down and drag me out in the middle of the night. Nobody does that crap at the U.S. I hate to say it.
Right.
Like, honestly, they don't even do that in Spain, like, or here. Like, Spain has a 3-month window. You can stay 3 months, then you got to either show me you're going to be a citizen or get up out of there and come back. But they don't come busting your door down, dragging your whole family, splitting them up in different camps, and then putting you on the next thing smoking, you know, without your belongings like they freaking do in the U.S. It's not like that here. Here, you stay over. They know you got to pay the overage fee. You can't leave if you don't. So you just go, pay your fees, smile, and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous how the U.S. does.
You know, every country does things different, you know, based on their laws and based on how people actually have abused, you know, the system. Because, I mean, there is abuse too, element of abuse in every country. But you must be able to check out with the immigration department what the rules are, because I know it's going to probably be different in every country, have a different set of rules.
Yeah, because I didn't even know that you can only stay 3 months in Spain until I looked it up, because we were going to go and spend 4 months a year, and I was like, oh, nope, they only let you stay 3 months, so there you go. But, so I was doing the math, and I was thinking, I was like, we did this before on another video. I don't know if it was like on the old channel.
I believe it was the old channel.
Or maybe the very beginnings of this one. We covered this immigration. Because a lot of people had asked why we hadn't got our citizenship yet, and we weren't sure, you know, if this is where we were going to stay, quite frankly. Because I love to travel, so I was like, why would I go through all that if, like, 9 months out of the year we're traveling, you know? But I told you, I was like, if we took a trip 2 times a year, and we always kept those trips within that 6 months, we would only ever pay $69 per person, meaning that we'd only pay $138 per person per year in overstay fees. And that's literally nothing. Like, that was less than our car payment.
Right.
It's less than our car insurance. That was literally, if you think about it, less than our cable and Wi-Fi bill in Vegas, because that was $199. So if you pay $138 out of a whole year just to pay overstay fees, that's nothing. When, remember, we were looking up lawyers, and remember the fees on the lawyers were like, what were they?
Out of this world, I think $6,000.
One of them.
And one of them was $6,000, and then one of them was more than that. They wanted $8.
Yeah, that one lady, she wanted $8,000. Remember?
Is that per person?
No, it was for both of us.
Okay.
But still, it was like.
That money is
what would
ridiculous.
you want to pay? You want to pay $6,000 or $8,000, or do you just want to pay $138 2 times? Like,
well, but you paying all these thousands of dollars, Tina, but we still had to end up
doing all the work.
Doing all the work. So you're doing the work, giving them paperwork, and knowing that you're paying them these thousands of dollars for it's just to shuffle paperwork, and that's not really saying you're gonna get approved the first time anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, because
So-
it's for them to handle the democracy and to do the dual language because they have to do it in Spanish for the send. Yeah. But anyway, so another misconception that a lot of people have is that you need a cedula for like everything, because cedula is the Dominican ID here. You don't, because we opened up a bank account and we used what?
Banco.
What did you use at that?
Oh, my passport.
Exactly.
My passport. Sure did.
Every time you go, what do they ask you for?
Passaporta.
There you go. Pasaporte.
Everywhere I go.
So you did that, and then when we got the apartment, what did you show them?
The passport again.
There we go.
Every time.
And when we have gone to turn on services, because you've turned on electric, water, I turned on cell phones, and we used our passport.
That's your ID card.
Yeah. Yep. So the misconception that people have put out there on, I've seen many videos where they've been like, oh, you have to apply for citizenship like right away, and you have to get a cedula. You have to. It depends on what you want to do out here. Now, if you wanted to come out here and get a part-time job, you need a cedula, because you need a traceable, their type of Social Security. They call it something else, but their number out here, their nombre fiscal, I think, is something like that. But for the things that we did, we didn't need it. And I know you guys play more on the horror stories that you hear all the time on how they're treated. Tell them about the time that we went to the ferry. He kind of panicked a little at first.
Yes,
when
I did.
You said, what do they want? And I said, oh, they want us to go into the office and leave the line. And you were just like, why?
So why am I going to get arrested or what?
And then we went into the office, and what happened?
They want to know what we're doing here, how we like it. We told them we was. We here. We're loving it. We live in Santiago. They started asking questions. Said, oh, that's really cool. And we had a great conversation with them that day.
Yeah. The lady was like, oh, I have family that lives in Santiago. They absolutely, I love visiting them. It's so pretty. Oh, you're so lucky to live in Santiago. Do you like it? Da, da, da. That's like literally. Actually, I really feel like they just kind of didn't have anything better to do. And we owed money. And so,
Right.
And then they were just like, yeah, just come on over here and pay. Because honestly, we had a conversation. We shook hands pre-COVID. We shook hands, we smiled, and then we left and went on the ferry, and everybody else was still in line. So I was kind of happy that we got pulled into the office,
absolutely.
quite frankly. Had a good conversation, and I got ahead of everybody else and got back on the boat, got on the boat to go. So yeah, just a little bit to tell you, don't be fearful.
Right.
You know, you can use your passport like Eric has and I have for the majority of the things that you do out here anyways. You can still work on your immigration out here. You know, there are all kinds of, go on the website I'm going to leave, the migracion.gov.do. It lists the different types of ways that you can gain citizenship. Retirement's definitely one of them. Obtaining a residency, like buying an apartment, basically, a home, is another way. Investing in business, that's another way. So it does list it all out for you, and it is in English for the majority. There are some parts of it that are not, but if you have Google Translate on your computer or you have it on a device and you hold it over, it's easy to navigate and easy to look at the charts and follow, because I always suggest to everybody, know how much you should have to pay before you go, because you don't rely on them to tell you. Because remember when we went that one time, they asked me how much I owed.
Sure did.
And I was like, you're lucky that I looked that up. And I told you, I was like, what if I wouldn't have looked that up? They would have been whatever they told me.
It's your cash, man. So you guys got to stay on top of that stuff based on how long you've been here.
And to remember that if you have been out here and you're watching us from the DR, which there are a lot of guys that follow you, subscribers, that have been out here since the lockdown and state of emergency, that when you're ready to do whatever, go visit family members, or you have something you have to take care of and you're going to go back to the States and you're like, oh, I got to pay overstay fees. Remember, you're going to get that credit for all those days that we were locked down on state of emergency, which we currently still are.
Right, absolutely. Still state of emergency.
So I'm pushing for, I'm glad, I hope we have another state of emergency after this 45 days. More of a credit.
I kind of think they're gonna keep it like that until we get a vaccine or something like that.
Yeah.
That's coming to the country or coming through the world or something like that to keep you from getting sick. You know, because they got to protect the general public. And I ain't tripping. You know, as long as I can pay less whenever I do decide to go take a nice long vacation, we can do that.
Right. And remember that when that peso gets stronger, weaker, our American dollar gets stronger, meaning that you're paying even less as it goes. Because when we first came out here and it was 50 pesos, we were paying a little bit more. Now it's 58 pesos, we're paying a little bit less. So, yeah. Always remember that too.
Yeah.
The peso is our friend. It was 53, I think, last time that we exited the country, and now it's 58. So, I'll take it.
So yeah, so things are slowly changing. So we just want to let you guys know that, and you guys have been asking for us to just give you some information so you'll know everything about overstay fees. And like I said, you look at the video down below, and you get the information that you're going to need.
Oh, so the website, yeah.
The website,
yeah.
And you guys will know exactly what you expect to pay. So you either have it. I know here in Santiago, I think they have a ATM machine or something. They got something here. You can get some pesos or something out.
Well, if you've been here that long, the majority of the guys have accounts, so they just use their peso account and pay it.
And just pay those fees.
Or get cash out. You can do that.
And you don't have to be like me, run around the port. San Domingo.
Oh, yeah, because the port only takes cash. So if you're leaving out of the port, meaning you're taking the ships, you have to pay cash only. But they had a ATM not far. So that was good.
That was good. It was stressful for me.
But you did have to run.
stressful. But I'm glad we got through it. But once you get me first time, I'm well prepared the second time. So, is that it, Tina?
I think so, yeah. So don't be fearful. Don't be fearful of staying over. And if you are fearful, knowledge is power. So go to the website, see how much you're going to owe, and be prepared.
Absolutely. And just for your own general information, if you're coming out here and you really think or feel you're going to have the need to apply for citizenship, make sure you bring everything apostled. It'll lead you through everything. Everything got to be apostled, and that's got to be apostled within a certain amount of time.
Right. So the best thing for that, if you would like guidelines on that, go to the embassy's website, the Dominican Embassy, the U.S. Embassy, and you can start gathering your FBI background checks and everything that you're going to need for that. But remember, time, because they only want them within a certain amount of time, and they want them a certain kind of way, and that's why people pay the big bucks to these lawyers to get everything, all the what I call the dots, dot the I's and cross the T's, and get it in correctly, or it will get kicked back.
And also, while you're here, and if something happens, you lose your passport, you still have to go to the embassy. Am I correct, Tina?
Yes, you have to go to the U.S. Embassy in Santo Domingo to file for the replacement so that it can be sent to you.
So keep your wallet with you in case you got a stateside driver license. They may be able to help the process along, so you can have some kind of identification to help you get out of a bad spot. You never want to find yourself in a foreign country without your passport. You always want to have that close by, no matter what. Watch who you're around, watch your surroundings, the whole 9 yards, because that's a big money maker, and that's the first thing some people try to get from you. Yeah. So, in the meantime, between the time, always remember, life is to be enjoyed.
Yes. Make sure to hit subscribe, and welcome to all our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hit notifications if you'd like to be notified and be the first to see videos like this and many more to come. And also, make sure to give us that thumbs up. Remember, all of our information is always underneath all of our videos. And thank you so much in advance for patroning buymeacoffee.com/CaribbeanE, where you can patron one time, you can join a membership, or ask for help from this guy.
There you go. So, until the next video, peace.